There's a certain level of stubborn behavior people have. If you visit people, you must ask them this question because I once had a huge argument with one of my friends growing up. So he came to my house, and when he got there, we bought chips, fries, and then Nirfklada is like tomato sauce sharp. I get tomato sauce and those things, onadi sauce and everything. I get those things. When I get there, I gave him the tomato sauce and it's like, hey man, can't you here at your house you put this in the fridge? Kariban. This thing has a tag. There's a place called tomato sauce where they wrote refrigerate after opening. I don't know whether we read these things or not, or we just prefer things not to be in the refrigerator or what. But then he was like, no, this thing is not supposed to stay in the fridge. What. I was like, no. Instructions simple. Refrigerate after opening. It did not write they were stored in a cool, dry place. You understand? That's the difference. Store in a cool, dry place and refrigerate after you open. Before you open it, you can store it fairly not in the refrigerator. You store it in the cupboard, whatever. But then after opening, you refrigerate it. That's why it refrigerate after opening. You guys don't read these things. You guys don't read. I have noticed you don't read. And when we visit you, we see you don't read. I think there are certain careers we were born with, and school took those careers out of us. Things like architectural designs. Guys, we were good at drawing house plans. We were good. When we used to play those things, Chaumantroan and everything, those things we would draw a house plan and stick to the rules of how that plan was. The doors, the passage, the living room, the sitting room, kitchen, bathroom, whatever. We were so good at drawing those things. And then school came. And then we forget about those things. And then we start drawing those things again in EGD. Some people do EGD, engineering, graphics, and design in high school. Some of them do it in varsity. And then you see, no, man, we should have stuck to. I was an architect. I was fine. But now I cannot. Some of you were mechanical engineers, mechanical mechanical engineers, because you used to make cars, and you were so good at even designing certain parts of cars with just letale fela, bareng wire rod le motatu. Tsa motatu tar motatu king nna. The skinny wire. Yeah. King motatu. Na ke tse mara ke motatu. Letale le motatu. People who know. Honor were engineers and architects. Some of you that's why you will be surprised, some of you, when you go somewhere and you invite a lady and she doesn't get lost in your house. She understands how a house should be designed. She won't get lost no matter how big the house is. Now I feel too, when parenthood comes to me, I want to make sure I have I pray that God blesses me with a daughter. I pray that God blesses me with a daughter. I want to do something. I'm not sure if people are doing this, but I'm going to implement this. If people are not implementing this, I'm going to implement it. For matric farewell, if you want to take you want my daughter to be your date, you must send your uncles. Yeah, you must come and negotiate. I'm teaching you how to be a man, and I want my daughter to know that for her to live, the executive of the other family must come and ask her, okay, at least your parents, if not your uncles. But it must be a serious negotiation. We must be discussing serious things with your parents, because you want my daughter. And then we speak, okay, and then when you come there, when you arrive, do you know these people? Yeah. I know these people is the family of the person who wants to take me to matric farewell. And then we discuss, and there must be a payment. Pella is my daughter now. It's my daughter now. There must be a payment. I'm going. This generation of parenthood who are going to spice things up. I know people are scared of 2000s will be border. There are still 90s kids who are crazy. You will see. You will see when we are parents, or there are 90s kids who are crazy. Guys, I don't want to sound like I'm tribalist or something like that. But then when you are doing shopping, and you are picking your stuff and everything, guys, the things you are picking must make sense, because if I know which tribe you originate from and I see you carrying certain things, I cannot trust you that you'll make the right decision with those things, because I know your tribe likes certain things. So if you're carrying something that I know that your tribe likes that thing, and then you are carrying something else that I do not trust that you can take home and not mix it with that thing, I will not trust you. Guys, this other day I was go ShopRite and I saw this other sergeant, a tosser. He was carrying amasi and muesli. I do not have the problem with the things he was carrying, but then the problem that I know that Nguni people love amasi. I did not trust him enough not to suspect that he's going to mix that. I don't say anything. But guys, if you see the way these guys love amasi there, and you see them carrying muesli, how am I to trust you that you are not going to mix that muesli with the amasi? So you must also buy something to make me lower my suspicion, because on that one alone I can't. As if your church is nationwide, ne? If your church has branches like all over South Africa, and there's a branch in Pretoria, just know the one in Pretoria is the little one. Pretorians, man, they just have that vibe, man. And if there's a vibey song, a new song, a vibey in the youth structures and everything in the church, they are the ones, most of the time, they are the ones who come up with those songs. Those people, they are vibey, man. They just have this. And I understood after meeting those guys. So that's why I'm bringing Pretoria as a country, Pitori country. Especially if it's in Mamelodi. Well, if it's in Mamelodi, you know. If it's in Mamelodi, the choir, the what, it will be lit. The people about Dallas group or the singers or whatever, they are the ones who will be. If not just the good things, even with the bad things. If there are relationships, they are the ones in the church. They are the ones messing up. If you want to sneak in alcohol, they are the ones who know these things. They are the ones who know these things in church, for that matter. People from Pretoria, yeah. As long as it's in Pretoria, you know, it's number one in everything. There are people who can preach too much. There are people who can do everything too much. Also on the negative side, the players in the church are from there. The people who drink a lot, they are from there. Mara, when it comes to vibe, manyana, when it comes to vibe, if it's all over South Africa, ne, and you've never been to the Pretoria branch, you are missing out. Guys, why do people who drink alcohol get surprised when you tell them the things that they did when they were drunk? For me, it does not make sense. It makes no sense that you consumed a substance that you knew, and you know that it will make you act out of control when you reach a certain level, when you consume a certain amount of it, whether smoking, drinking, or whatever, right? And then when we tell you the things you did, you act surprised. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. You knew that this thing is gonna make you act out of control. Maybe you're just surprised at the level of control that you lost over yourself. But you knew that this thing has a certain level of control that you have to sacrifice once it gets to a certain level of consumption. But then you still act surprised. Just something that they did, and then he's still like, me? Yes, you drank that thing. Obviously, you'll have certain guile and a certain vibe about yourself after consuming that substance. If it's relaxation, you'll relax. If it will make you bold, you'll be bold. If you'll be loud, if it makes you loud, you'll be loud. But then you cannot act surprised after consuming those things, because after being high or drunk, whatever, that sensation will make you do those things. Why do you act surprised? You cannot act surprised. No, 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 no. You must face the actions of your consequences. You must face the actions of your consequences, because the consequences, you must face them, because now you are facing the actions of your consequences. Because when you tell you, I know people who know English will be saying, hey, it's not actions of, it's consequences of your actions. No, the action at first is consuming alcohol, and you acting drunk is the consequences. That's the consequences. Now, when we tell you what you did when you were drunk, we are telling you the consequences of your actions. So you must face. We're telling you the actions of your consequence. So you must face those actions now. Because the consequence now is that you are sober. So you must face those actions. So you cannot face the actions of your consequences and be surprised when at first you caused the consequences by acting. No, 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 no.